Hello, how's everybody doing today? Great to see all you high manifestors here again. It's great to see you guys here. Now remember, this didn't just pop up on your feed for no reason. You know, today we are going to talk about your beliefs and how to live your best life. I'm getting a lot of questions about that, so that's what we want to dive into today. Now look, these cheat code, master the game of life, everyone should have this book. How to win the lottery using quantum physics. This is the book I wrote when I won the lottery, manifest the lottery. And I keep manifesting it. If you want to do this is the book you should have. Here they go, both of them together. You can get them all over Amazon website, links in the description. Everyone should have this. These are your game cheat codes. All right. So let me put something to you right now that's very profound. Whenever you're on a spiritual journey, which you are on right now, an enlightenment journey, a chosen one journey, which all of you are. If you're watching this, you're a chosen one. You have to be. This video is not going to pop up to anyone that it cannot resonate or cannot understand it. So if you're watching this and you're seeing this, congratulations. The universe has chosen you. Is it congratulations? Okay. Maybe it is congratulations because you have to get something out of your mind. All right. The first thing is, whenever you're on a spiritual alignment, journey, enlightenment, you are going to experience changes in your beliefs. It's going to alter your beliefs. And here is the number one factor that will change your beliefs right now. And if you want to live your best life, right? Many of you do. The first thing is you're already destined for greatness. So you have to go into your mirror and you have to look in your mirror in your home or wherever it is, and you have to talk to the critic, the inner critic voice in your head. You have to tell that voice in your head that you got to say these exact words out loud. You have to say, that's not me. It is not me. You're going to separate yourself from yourself. You want to separate yourself from yourself because yourself isn't you. It's an illusion. I know that's tongue twister, but it is the truth. And here's why it's the truth. And here's why this is how you can live your best life. Here's the belief that will alter and shift your whole world. Is that there are versions, physical, you out there, right next to you right now, in this space, in this time, on a different frequency, that is living and experiencing the life that you want to live and experience. There is a copy of you living it from its own unique consciousness. Question may come up, well, if that is true, why can't I, if it's me, why can't I connect to it? Why can't I just Why, how can I not? You said it's me. Well, here's how it works. Consciousness streams from different frequencies. When you go watch your television or your music or your radio, all the radio frequencies are there at the same time, but you can only listen to one in a particular moment. That's the same thing with the copies of you. They are next to you, but you can only experience one copy at a time. At least in this world you can, because your brain is made differently. Maybe your other copies can experience you. Who knows? Because they're in a different dimension. Maybe their brains evolved differently. I don't know. But for this world you're living in right now, your copy is in a separate universe doing the same thing that you want to do. That's a life-changing, altering belief. So how do you connect with your him or her, right? Now remember, now you cannot like go over there and say, hey man, can you tell me the secret to how you got successful? Because you're me, I'm you. It's not going to work like that. There's a different way you can do it. Now here's the loophole. There's a loophole to make you get to that level. Okay, a loophole. What's the fastest way to manifest an extra 10K a month? Okay, I'll get to that in a minute. Here's the loophole. Everything is connected from a energetic level, on a mental aspect level, on a consciousness level. And if you can tap into this field, then you can connect with that. How do you tap into the field? It's through your imagination and through your feelings. So you can feel what it would feel like from your future self or yourself now to have what you want, and then you will connect energetically with your future self. I call it future self, with your parallel self. And the information from your parallel self, how he got successful in that world, will be downloaded into you, and then you'll become successful just like he or she did in that world. It'll get into your consciousness and it'll go into your subconscious, and then you get the ideas and you become the same thing as your parallel self. But in order for you to get to that, people, you have to understand that you came here for greatness, that you are worthy, that you don't give up. When things get rough or hard, it's okay. It's just a movie. It's a play. Don't give up. Keep going. You know, there is I see the emails from a lot of you guys, all of you guys, and there's one particular one. Maybe you're watching this right now. You told me, by the way, I know you're in the school community. The school community is for you. You guys need to register and become a member of my school community. This is what you're going to learn, how to shift your life like this individual that's in my school community. I'll put the link below, but let me talk about it. So this person is a actor, Hollywood. I guess you would call it an aspiring actor. They're trying to make it. They're trying to get roles. You know, those actors that get minimal roles, whatever. They're trying to make the big shot, the big role, okay? Message being said, Mark, when you're talking about this stuff and showing me about the parallel world version, everything you're saying, it really shifted me, because I used to sleep in my car. Now, I own a townhouse in Hollywood, and now I am getting into roles of pictures and films that I wanted to do. How does that happen to you? What shift this person's perspective? What is it that he or she did that you can do? You know what they did? Their belief shifted once they know what they are. It's not, this person recognized they're not a who, but they're a what. A who is a man-made construct. What is a universal truth. A what, you cannot place you cannot place a location, you cannot place a time, you cannot place a personality, you cannot place a limit, you cannot place anything on a what. You can place all those stuff on a who. When you're a who, you're going to have limitations, you're going to have lack, you're going to have personality, which you're going to have an ego, which you're going to have these feelings of depression, anxiety. So once you associate yourself as a who, you set up limitation. So what I'm teaching people is, you're not a who, you're more of a what. A what? What is a what? A what is the field of information, of limitless, of consciousness, of non-locality, no location, here, there, everywhere at the same time. Transform forms. You come down and you play a who, but you're still a what. So when you realize that, that's when you can start to live your best life. That's when your paradigm opens. Your paradigm is known as your belief. That's when it opens up to a higher level, and then you can start to manifest and create what you want. Now, someone asked me, said, "More, how do I manifest a 10,000 a month?" Well, there's the rule of manifesting, guys, is to understand that when you're a what, you don't operate in time. So if you want to manifest anything like money or anything, you cannot put time limits. You cannot put days, weeks, or months into that formula, because then you exit the creative mind, and then you will get into the logical, analytical mind. So if you're going to manifest money, you want to stay in the illogical mind and not the logical mind. So if you say, I want to manifest 10,000 a month, You're out of your you're out of your subconscious mind. So how do you manifest more money like that? You put the money you want in the present moment. You don't think about a month. You would say something with an affirmation. You would say something in the lines of, why am I consistently making 10K in consistent income and revenue? How would it make me feel to consistently make $10,000 in income? Simple formula. That's it. Notice I didn't have a month, a day, a year. I had it in the present. Now my unconscious will grab that information and it will spit out the ways, the means, the how for me to do that stuff. Now, it's not your fault. We've all been conditioned on a structured level. We had school, we have jobs, we have college, we have work. And I made a video about this. I said, chosen ones, you highly intuitive ones, the reason you guys can't do the 9 to 5s is because you are a what? You realize you're a what? You can't conform to structure because structure is not in your DNA. When I mean structure, I'm not talking about like breaking the law or anything like that. I'm talking about the structure of reality, the way that time flows, the way they structure past, the future. All of that does not align with you because you are everywhere at one time. So when you got here, you had a clash. You're clashing with your true self through your ego. And this is why most of you guys are more like entrepreneurs, freelancers, aspiring actor, whatever. You want to do your own thing. So if you want to get to live your best life, to do your own thing, you have to accept and acknowledge the belief now that there is a copy, a duplicate copy exactly of you doing what you want to do right now. Now here's the thing now. Listen to this. That version or the whatever you want, right? Whatever that version of you, it does not live out there, people. Okay, so you're watching me right now. Look, you see my hands are at? This is where the version of me is right now. This is where it is. And it's all around me in this little space, infinite times. This is how far it is from me. This is how far your future self is from you. From my hat to my hand. This is the space of how far it is. It's not over there. It's right here. A matter of fact, not only is it right here, it's right through me. It's walking through me right now. Everything is So Mark, what's the problem? So why can't I see it? Because it exists on different frequencies, man. Remember, your brain, when it got here, it was tuned to this frequency. Hence, you can only see this frequency. When your future self got to here, it was tuned to another frequency. The other one was tuned to another. So they're all in the different frequency range, but they're all still in the same space time around us. See what I'm showing you? See how you understand it? This is why you can't see your future self. This is why you can't touch your future self. Well, Mark, that sounds brilliant. Is this a bunch of gibberish? What are the facts that you can prove this to me that I can go research this stuff and see for myself? Well, I can prove it to you right now. You can go research it for yourself. And here's the simplest fact. 99% of the universe, the multiverse, is hidden from your senses. And we know this because we look out in the night sky and we found out that about 20% or 10 to 20% of the universe is what you see as physical matter, stars, planet. The other parts of the universe that you cannot see, but we know they're moving because we see the effects they have on the physical matter, dark energy, dark matter, invisible forces moving and stretching the universe. So now we realize, oh my goodness, what we see as the planets, the stars, me and you, that's only like 10 to 15 to 20% of the true nature of reality. You want to go deeper so you could go, you want to do some more research and I could show you some more research and show you how this stuff works, okay? You want to go a little deeper on that? Okay, let's go a little deeper on that. Now, let's look at the stuff that makes up the universe, the particles, the atoms, the electrons. These particles, they don't stay in one location. They are constantly going in and out. And what they discovered is these particles, when they go in and out, when they go out, they go into another dimension. When they come in, they come into this dimension. So now we know, oh, there are dimensions out there. If there are dimensions, there have to be infinite amounts of dimension, because the universe is infinite. Just go a little deeper. Okay, let's go a little deeper on that. So because those same particles that make up you and I, the particles, that is, they are not infinite. They are finite. That means those particles can only rearrange in a certain amount of matter, a certain amount of things. So because it's infinite, it's only a matter of time before they all become duplicates. And they must manifest and they must duplicate the same thing. In layman's terms, there have to be copies of you and me, and not only copies of you and me, but copies of you and me doing everything that is possible. See how that works? So if there are particles that compactified and go into different dimensions that are... So okay, how do we know the dimension thing exists, man? What if it's a bunch of BS? How do we know the dimensions exist, Mark? Was there any proof of dimensions? Oh yes, there is proof of dimensions, man. What happens is, when a particle, you have like a radioactive atom, when it decays, it leaves off signatures, and these signatures will go in and out, and they can use detectors to see that it's coming from another space or another dimension. So that's how the dimensions work. So now the question is, that's all a little science stuff about it, but just to get it. But how do you change your current situation then? That's a great question. Well, the first thing you have to do to change your current situation, you have to get out of yourself. So you got to go and understand that when you hear the voice in your head, it's not you, man. It's a program. The program sounds like you because it has to associate with you, so it takes your voice and talks to you in your own voice in your head. And you may think it's you talking. It's a program. It's created from old beliefs, old systems, your teacher, whatever. So it creates the voice in your head. So that's, if you want to change your current situation, you got to change your association with the voice in your head. And you change the voice in your head by talking to the voice and telling the voice, every time it tells you something negative, every time it says this, you got to say it to the voice, relax, it's not me, that's not me. The more you do that, the more you keep disassociating yourself from the self. When you can disassociate yourself from the self, you free up into your higher self now. And then when you get into that level, that's where you can go into the future self. Now, the voice in your head, it does serve a purpose, because it's there for a reason. But I wonder how many people know what the reason, what would you say? What would you comment below? What is the number one reason I have a voice or ego in my head? Can you comment that below? What is the number one reason I would have this ego voice in my head? What is the purpose of the voice in my head? We all know, okay, listen, we all know it's a survival mechanism, okay? That's fine, but what else? Survival, we're not in survival mode anymore, right? We're in this like industrial revolution. We have all these things we want in our lives. So now what is the purpose of the voice now? Because we're beyond survival. We're not running from tigers, lions, or bears anymore, right? Now we're in a concrete jungle, the matrix. So it's not really about protection and safety anymore in that sense. So what would you say you have that voice in your head for? And why is it like sabotaging you like that? This is important to know, because the question is, how can I live my best life, man? How can, what's stopping me? Well, that's the number one thing, because I just showed you in quantum physics and showed that there's a parallel version of you right now, living all the dreams, all the stuff you want. It's not even far. It's right next to you right now. So if you want to get there, you gotta release some weight, man. And the weight is, you can't release or kill the ego, you know that, but you can release the attachment and the connection and listening to it, and then take control of it. So someone said, that's such a great question. So I'm looking for the answer. So no one has answered this yet. So I'm thinking, yeah, fear is a part of it, but it's not fear. But let me tell you, so here's the answer to it. Here's the real reason for the voice in your head. Okay? This is what the voice in your head is made to do for you. Right? So listen very carefully. I don't know what point is this video, but you may want to jot this down or write it down right now, because this is game changing for you. There are only two. I want to put this in a way you can understand it. All right. No, the voice in your head is not your higher self. So I got to get this. I'm getting downloads right now so that you can get this stuff. So, okay. The reason you have the voice in your head is to do the two following things. Two stuff. This is the main reason you have the voice in your head. Okay, here they are. Number one, the voice in your head should be used to decide whatever it is you want. Number two, the voice in your head is used to desire and visualize what you want. That's the reason you have your voice. That's the main reason for the voice in your head. That's its job. Its job is to only do two things, people. Test it for yourself. How do you think you visualize to your subconscious? You have to use the voice, conscious mind in your head. How do you think you decide what you want? You have to look around and say, that's what I want. You can only do that with the conscious mind. So the two things the conscious mind can do, it can look around, it can decide, do I want that? I don't want that. Okay, I want that now. Now I want it, I feel it. Now, how do I go get it? Okay, how you go get it? You picture and visualize it. That's the only two things that's correct, is to decide and choose. If the voice is doing anything other than that, it has been hijacked and programmed. So what does it mean? If the voice is not doing those two things and anything else it's doing, you cannot listen to it. It is going to lead you astray. That should simplify things now. So that means anything else your voice is telling you is a bunch of BS. It's not true. It cannot be true because it's not designed to do. So the next question is, okay then, so why does the voice in my head do the other stuff? Why doesn't it do what you just said it's supposed to do? Why does my voice in the head do the other stuff? Like the negative stuff, like the self-defeating talks, the doubt, the fear, the worry. Why does my voice do that, Mark? If you just told me the voice in my head is supposed to do da-da-da. Well, here's why your voice do that. See, the voice in your head is very intelligent. And because it is made to decide and look around and then choose, it sees a lot of stuff to decide and choose from. And a lot of the stuff that the voice in your head sees and decides to choose from are primarily negative, fear-based stuff. So the voice in your head adopts what it sees a lot of. Your voice in your head is like a child. When you have a young kid, he's watching and he's going to follow whatever you do. So if he sees you're doing some stuff or your other kid's doing stuff, he's going to make a habit of that. That's the same thing with the voice in your head. So what the voice in your head does now, it surveys your area, picks up all the habits, the bad habits and everything, and then it adopts it, and then it jumps into your head. It takes your voice to make you think it's it. So it says, this is what we want to run for you. That's why it does that. So what you have to do, now you're free, you understand what's happening because I'm teaching you, I'm showing you how it works now. So what you do now, when you understand that, you remember now you're a what, you're not a who. So a what means your awareness. You can go into the voice. You can even turn the volume of the voice down, man. And you can change the channel of the voice. Did you even know that? So what you do when your voice does that, you go in and you tell the voice the deal. You say, hey, relax, it's not me. This is me. Hey, this is what I want you to focus on. This is what I want you to put your attention on. And you know something magical? The voice will do it. If you go into your head and you tell the voice, hey man, let's focus on positive stuff, the voice will go ahead and wait for you to say, okay, all right, what do you want to focus on? If you go into your head and tell the voice, all right, let's visualize this. Okay, what you want me to visualize? Have you done that? Have you even tried doing that? Most people just accept it in their head and say, it is what it is. I can't change this stuff, man. And the voice loves that. The voice said, I'm gonna keep riding you down. And that's right. Where your focus goes, your energy flows. So this is the secret to living your best life, is to realize the voice is not you, because you're not a who, you're a what. You have no particular location in this world, in space or time. You think I'm in a location? You think you're in a location? No, you're not. It may look like you're in a location because you're physical, not. But who you are, your consciousness is everywhere, because I just showed you it's in infinite power versions of you. You cannot be in a location. What you're doing is you're observing a particular location. There's a difference between observing and being in a location. It's two different things. You're always observing different locations. You're not stuck in a location. The mind should be the servant, correct? The mind is the servant. They forgot to put that little note to you when you went to school. They didn't tell you, hey, by the way, I want to let you know something. You know the voice in your head and your mind, by the way, you're the boss of it. It's not your boss. They left that little asterisk out. So no one told you this. So when you keep hearing the voice, you just thought it was you, which is normal. So you thought that, okay, it's me doing this. I'm so terrible. I'm so not successful. See what I'm showing you? That brings your vibration down. It brings your vibration down. It takes you out of your what state. So you got to get back into the what instead of the who. When you're a what, think about this right now. I'll make it simple again. Who would you rather be? Would you rather, I'm gonna give it to you now. Listen, would you rather be a who or what? Now here are the qualities with who versus what. When you're a who, you're gonna be tagged with limitations. You're gonna be tagged with a personality. You're gonna be tagged with emotions, with fear, with depression, with anxiety. Okay, that's what who's are. When you're a what, you cannot be tagged with depression. You cannot be tagged with limitations, because there is nothing that exists that attaches to what's. So the question is, are you a who or what? I'm a what. When people ask me, well, who are you? I said, no, I'm not a who, man. I'm a what. What do you mean you're a what? I'm a what? I'm a conscious. I'm a consciousness. I'm energy. I can't be put in a location, man. What do you mean? Aren't you a person? No, not really. I'm masking as a person, but that's not. I'm renting this person. I'm temporary here. I'm a what, man? So that is a very powerful realization. When I realized that, my whole world changed, man. I attributed that to me winning the lottery, winning stuff all the time, because I took myself out from limitation, from limiting beliefs, from logic, from chance, from all these stuff, from probability. I went into an actuality, because when you're a what, everything is possible. Anything is possible. Not only possible, it's probable, it's happening. And if I'm a what, I don't get attached with emotions and fear or doubt or worry, because I'm not connected to that stuff. It's a part of the program, but it's not who I am. See what I'm saying? So to live a fulfilling life, you have to become the what, the being that's everywhere and nowhere at the same time. The being that can observe all the emotions and not absorb the emotions at the same time. See what I'm showing you? So majority of us, we associate ourselves as the who. See how it works? Most people, they con themselves. As someone here says, Bob, whatever, con man. They con themselves into believing they're a who. And that's where their life goes down the drain. So please don't con yourself into believing you're a who. You're a source. You cannot be tied to a location. Okay, I'll go into physics to show you a little bit deeper than that. Let me show you something else that's very, very interesting to show you. Whenever you have a memory, okay, just a memory, did you know that memories have no precise location in your brain? Neuroscientists cannot find where memories are housed. So memories are holographic. They are streaming outside of you and your brain is picking up. There is no place in the brain that originates with precise location of any memory. Okay, you want to go a little further? Let's go a little further. Around you right now is an energy field that your heart produces, an electromagnetic field that is about 6 to 9 feet in diameter around you, a force field of energy, that you interact with the field through electrochemical energy that your body produces. Whos can't do that stuff? Only whats can do that stuff. Now let's get a little deeper. The iron in your blood, let's break that down to the cells and go to the molecules. Let's go to the particles that operate and create all this stuff. Those particles have what they call superposition states. Every particle exists as all possibilities until a what observes them to become a who, and then they become a definite thing. Okay, let's get a little further than that. Not only those particles have all the possible stuff, those particles are always connected with every single thing in the entire structure of the multiverse. That's why I just told you you can't be here, because you have to be everywhere, because that's called quantum entanglement. You want to go a little further? Quantum physicists won a Nobel Prize for discovering, I think it's 2020, 2021, I know it's out there somewhere, go look it up. They won a Nobel Prize for showing that you don't live here. You are not here. Your physical body and everything is not actually here. It's an illusion. It's a hologram. They showed that the universe is what they called non-local. In layman's terms, it's not here. It's being projected from another source out there. How many people knew this stuff? Is this shocking you yet? Because I'm putting it to you now. I'm showing you the logic side, and I'm also showing you the science side, so that you can go and research this for yourself. So I'm not just talking blah blah blah. I'm not talking this high consciousness stuff. I'm actually showing you. Yes, this will confuse you. Of course, a lot of you are going to be confused because you've never heard this. It's like, what the heck's going on? Your mind's not ready for this. That's why I say to you to go research it. Everything that I say to you, go feel free and research it, and then you'll find out more for yourself. So I hope this convince you and help you to see what you're truly capable of. And now you can go live your best life. All right. See you guys again next time.